Hey guys, so I graduated college recently and I came up with a few tips that I hope will help some of you because I know it definitely helped me. So, number one, please shower. You are going to be freaking shocked at the amount of people who have poor to absolutely zero hygiene. I can't tell you how many times I've walked past someone and I could just smell their body odor either in the dorms, outside. It didn't matter. Passing someone, a lot of times you smell their body odor. Sitting in class, you don't want to be the guy or the girl, for that matter, because I have a story. You don't want to be the guy or girl sitting in class and no one wants to sit next to you because you smell bad. That's never good. That's not a good look. You're not going to make friends. It's going to be a miserable time for you and anyone that has to smell that. So, please shower. Please. Because one time, I went to my friend's dorm. I was friends with her and her roommate. She opened the door, and the smell just hits you. Like, she rolled up in her little chair to open the door to tell me hi and everything. And I was like, girl, you are sitting down, and I can smell your asshole. Go shower right now, or I'm going to take you outside the freaking pressure washer. Girl, you stink. It was bad. It wasn't good. So, please, just good hygiene. I'm begging you, please shower. I don't want you to be that person that no one wants to sit next to. You're socially excluded and all that. I don't want that to happen because you smell bad. The way you smell is perfectly within your control. They have deodorant, soap, perfumes, whatever. Please shower. Also, an important tip here, since I mentioned like perfumes and fragrances and stuff, spraying on cologne does not constitute a shower. Please don't be that person. Please. I can't tell you how many times I've sat next to someone and you just get a whiff of asshole and cologne. It's not a good mix. It's like when you go take a shit in the toilet and you spray that flower fragrance after. It stinks because it smells like flowers and shit. Well, there you go. Same thing with your body odor. Don't please do not try to cover your stench with just cologne. Shower. At minimum, like, wipe yourself down with some baby wipes. We've all been there. We've all had to do it. But like that's the minimum you can do. And only do it like once. Don't don't do it like every day during the week and think you smell okay. Cuz you don't. Even if you can't smell yourself, you others smell you. I can guarantee. I pinky promise. So, that leads to number 2. Actually talk to people. So one, smell good. Two, actually talk to people, especially people that you are going to be seeing rather frequently, either your neighbors in your dorm or people in your class. Actually make an effort to talk to people because chances are they know few to zero people as well and they want to make friends. We're social creatures. We want to talk to people. But don't do it in like kind of an awkward way. Like actually, say, "Hey, my name is whatever." And actually like go and shake their hand. People like that. And when you're talking to them, look them in the eye, make eye contact, do your best to understand social cues. So in college for me, a lot of people they didn't really understand social cues, as stereotypical as this is. I was in a STEM major, engineering specifically, and a lot of people didn't really understand social cues. So look up a video if you have to, how to talk to people, how to make good eye contact, how to not be too socially awkward to where you can't make friends. I think that's something certainly learnable, like social skills, perfectly learnable. Because you can be the most awkward person in high school, but in college, this is your chance to reinvent yourself, be better, be what you want to be. So, to reiterate, one, don't smell bad. Two, make an effort to talk to people, get a little friend group going, because if you do wait too long, unfortunately, you may be kind of left out because you didn't take those initial steps in order to talk to people. And after the first month or so, you'll see friend groups start to form, and you may not be a part of it, and that's not good. So we're on to number 3. Eat good food. The freshman 15 is a real thing, 100%. I mean, like, it's 15 minimum for most people, let's be honest here. Because you don't have your parents there, like, reminding you to eat good, eat your vegetables, all that crap. Well, I took that and kind of ran with it my freshman year, and it was like freshman 45 for me. It wasn't freshman 15. Because I ate the little freaking Debbie cakes, I had all the good food in the cafeteria, all the ice cream, the cake, everything. I was like, man, I need to do something about that. So I started eating like the celery and the broccoli and the salads and everything. And, I was able to like lose the weight. But freshman 15 is a real thing. Eat good food and count calories if you have to. Because, man, it is not fun. Like, you just feel bad. You know what I mean? It's not good. So, number 4, this is actually fairly important, especially in a STEM major, which is the only thing I know about personally for engineering. Go to class. So in class, a lot of times your professor will drop hints either about the homework, the test, or even show you mathematical shortcuts in order to solve the problem that aren't in the slides, and few people write it down because like you see it on the board and you're like, that's not a problem. But like it makes sense and you have to see it. So definitely go to class, especially if it's one of your first semesters and everything, because attendance, generally speaking, count towards your grade. Usually it's like 5% or something. That's a free 5%. Let's say otherwise you would have had an 85% in class. Well, that bumps you up to 90, which in some universities is an A, depending on the grading scale. So definitely make an effort to go to class. Number 5, this kind of goes with like the social aspect. Join or make a club. So in college, you're going to find things that you're interested in, and there's like a 99% chance that they have a club for it on campus somewhere. And even if they don't, you can make a club. It's super easy. My friends and I, we made a club for engineering, and it was a fantastic time. I've met a fantastic group of people through it, and to this day, although I've graduated, it still lives on. And you have like a little legacy at your school, so it's super cool. And number 6, this is probably one of the most important ones. Don't be an ass, especially if you are in the STEM major, because a lot of people, they go in there with like the ego the size of the room, and you can't do that. That's very off-putting. It's a very silly thing to do from like a social aspect, because you're trying to put yourself above other people. You're being mean to them. You're, in some cases, I've seen people like talk down to other people, and they just kind of brag about like the scholarships they've gotten, what they've done in high school, all that stuff. Generally speaking, people do not care what you did in high school at all. They don't care what scholarships you got. It means nothing to them. They just want to go to class, get through it, do well, and make a good group of friends. They want to experience the college life. They want to have fun. They want things to be enjoyable. They don't want to be talked down to, and they don't want others just in general being jerkish. That's not good for anyone, nor is that a good time. So just be humble. It's a great thing to be proud of your achievements, but there's also a way to go about it to where you don't seem like an ass, you know? So just be calm and collected and be humble. I think that's the best way to go about things for sure. So number 7, although so that this one's actually a little hard to put into words because this is what I wish I could have done more in university. Spend more time with your friends. Although your major may be tough, although classes may be extremely demanding at times, make time for your friends because in college, if you just sit in your dorm doing your work, being a good student, you're really sacrificing a lot more than you think. You're sacrificing future connections. You're sacrificing possibly future job opportunities because you're working on your social skills. You're growing your network of people in your major that will be getting jobs in that field. So in the future, you may look up an old college friend that you were very close with and see that they're working at a job similar to what you may want to do. And perhaps you're still in contact with them a little bit. And you'll be like, hey, is there any job openings or anything? I would really like to get into, that part of the field. And they'll remember you. You'd be like, you're great friends. Sometimes people drift apart and that's okay. But they will remember you, and you may get a job that way and have a very lucrative career. But if you stayed in your dorm, you wouldn't even have the chance to have that opportunity. So it's very important, not just for networking, but socially, because we are social creatures. We want to make friends. We want to talk to people. Sometimes, as silly or as counterintuitive as it may sound, you have to put the homework and the studying aside for a little bit to where it's not detrimental, but in order to be social and make good connections with good people. I wish I could have done that more. I really do. I really took the study and school route a lot more serious than I should have looking back. And I sacrificed going to parties and hanging out with friends. And I wish I wouldn't have done that as much. I think all around it would have been a far better experience if I would have, put the books down and, gone out with my friends every once in a while. Or I say every once in a while, I went, but not as often as I wanted to, So I really do hope that helps. That honestly, I think is fairly good advice. And if you work off those basics, I think you're going to have a pretty good time in college. I really do. So thanks for watching. I genuinely do hope it helps at least one person. I hope you have a good night. Bye.